Well, the Assistant Governor of the Reserve Bank says Australia's banks are unquestionably strong as the takeover of Credit Suisse by UBS allays some of the nerves about another GFC. Business editor Ross Greenwood has more.
The common thread is rising interest rates around the world, which are ongoing. And that means that asset prices that underpin every major bank and institution are falling in price. And that being the case, then the question is, where have they got those assets spread? And this is what occurred in particular with Credit Suisse, which had been through a series of crises, starting even with Lex Greensill and Greensill Capital going Archegos in the United States, another scandal. So it really was hit with a number of its own crises, which were of its own making. Then also the question about, whether investors were supportive enough of that business, regardless of its status as a very old and quite clearly very important bank on a global basis. But then ultimately having the Swiss government orchestrate UBS walking in and making this takeover, that was the key. And what you sense from the Swiss finance minister is there was concern of contagion if they allowed Credit Suisse to go on and potentially fail.
I was in contact with my colleagues from UK and USA. They're very grateful for this solution because they really feared that there could be a bankruptcy of Credit Suisse with all the losses.
You could understand, therefore, they were worried. And that worry really, don't call it panic, call it worry, was about what happens next. So the second part about this is really to go to then the solution. And the solution was to bring two of Europe's oldest banks and largest banks together into one. But the question is whether that's enough.
The bankruptcy of a global systematically important bank would have caused irreparable economic turmoil in Switzerland and throughout the world. For this reason, Switzerland had to take the responsibilities beyond its own borders.
Therefore, that's really giving you some sort of indication that they were fearful if Credit Suisse did not get bailed out, then it could have potentially triggered another global financial crisis. So that's what the bottom line of this all really is.